American literature exposes the self-determination that's fueled by the want to get ahead in life. You want to get ahead. You do.
It's Mark Twain's American classic about a boy with the courage to follow his heart.
Best friend I ever had. All men should be free.
The man on raft, is he white or black?
He's white. Best friend I ever had, Jill.
From that point on, I decided to be nice. Seeing Jim like that brought tears to my eyes. I turned over a new leaf, cause Jim was my friend. I knew he had my back from the beginning to the end. Jim was just as much as a person as you and me. People neglect to see that, but now I'm setting the word free. Yeah, I'm setting the word free.
Okay, I think that just from the past racial issues that it's just never disappeared and it never will disappear, and that since racism was once accepted, that people will never let it go.
I feel like back in the day, it was more prevalent that people would take advantage of other people for their skin type to get ahead, but now it's less prevalent, but it still can happen.
I think people will take advantage of whatever they can in order to elevate their own position, whether it's skin color or it's some other attribute or thing that they think might give them an elevated position. They'll take advantage of that to achieve whatever it is they want. Skin color, I think, is just one thing that people sometimes will try to take advantage of, but I don't think it's limited to that. I think people will take advantage of whatever they can.
I think it's a lot has to do with like people's ignorance, and they don't understand or want to accept other people, because like my friend Gabby D'Souza just said, in the past it was once accepted, so people still believe that it's okay.
Jealousy is a huge factor in people not accepting others.
Like actually, for example, Gabby just made a racial comment to me.
Yeah, she has tan skin.
She's jealous. She wants my skin.
I am jealous. And like athleticism, like there's a lot of African Americans in the NBA. Like I think a lot of
those hockey players are jealous that they can play basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a black hockey player, I just got it from you, and he was on the team that the Bruins were playing, and because he scored and he was really good, people were just making racial comments about him just because they were jealous and they wanted an excuse.
To make them feel better about themselves?
Yes, to make them feel better about themselves.
Jealousy. All the way.
Racism is just ignorance and trying to better yourselves from everybody else, and that is not how society should work. But that is how American literature portrays society.
Okay, well, I think that, like, there's still racism because it comes from, like, fear and ignorance, and, like, the fear that, like, some other people can be different, like, leads to them being prejudiced and not wanting to, like, respect other people because they're afraid of their differences. Go.
Yeah, I think that people often take advantage of minorities, for example, the blacks in this country, because they feel they're superior to them, and it's this, I think, sometimes misperception that because of the color of their skin is different, that they're lesser than themselves, or they're not as smart, or they couldn't do as good a job, which is really too bad, because that's not true at all.
The buildings were higher, the parties were bigger, the morals were looser, and the liquor was cheaper. The restlessness approached hysteria.
I'm certainly glad to see you again.
I wish we could just run away.
She has to tell him she never loved him.
I wish I'd done everything on earth with you.
So I think people choose money over happiness because they think that when they're going to go get the money or a job that gives them money, it will bring them happiness. And sometimes it might, but if they're doing something that they don't like and they're not going to have fun doing it. And also they would want money because it gives them more power.
Some people think that money and wealth is how you achieve happiness.
I think that people choose money and social status because they think it's going to make them happy. They don't choose it over happiness, they choose it because they think it's a path to happiness. And I don't know that there's any other connection, but that they believe that money will bring them happiness, and people don't know how to distinguish between the two.
Money can't buy happiness. I think people choose money and social status over happiness because you can cover up being happy, but you can't cover up your social status and how much money you have as easy as you can cover up being happy or not.
People think that money will buy them happiness, so they choose wealth over the happiness, and they think that they can fulfill themselves with all the material items that they can buy.
Am I ready? Some people think that if they rise in social class and wealth, that it will give them. Shut up, seriously. It will give them happiness, but that's not how it goes. Money can't buy happiness.
Why not?
Because my smile is priceless.
I saw Sarah Cook with the devil! I saw Woody Osborne with the devil! I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil! I saw Goody Barrow with the devil! I saw Goody Barrow with the devil! No! See him! His head is here! You're the devil's man!
I don't think it's right to do something morally wrong, even if it benefits yourself, because morals are so important, and you live with your decisions for the rest of your life, and you have to regret something if it's morally wrong. You just gotta.
I don't ever think it's okay to do something that's morally wrong. If you believe that it's wrong, if you believe that it's bad, then you shouldn't be doing it, even if it will benefit yourself. So I can't imagine a situation where you could justify doing something that was morally wrong. If you believe it's wrong, you shouldn't do it.
I don't think it's fair to do things that are morally wrong just to benefit yourself. I think, we live in a community, and we have to respect others, and whether we agree with their beliefs or not, we need to do what's right, and not at the expense of anyone else.